This week, we're all about beetroot, one of Mick Kelly's favourites.
Yep, that's right, Karen. Beetroot for me is one of the most underrated vegetables in the garden. It's super versatile, and for anyone on the fence about it, we're going to convince you to give it a second chance.
We're sowing a variety of beetroot called Detroit Globe, and like the tomatoes, we have to start the seeds in trays. So it's off to the potting shed.
What we're going to do is start off by overfilling. Yep. Give it a bang on the table, which helps it to sort of settle down like that. Now overfill it a second time.
Okay. This is to avoid any air pockets forming in the module trays.
That's exactly it. So
we get listen.
Yeah, occasionally. It's nice. So we get that overfilled, and then we use our little stick to slice off the excess like that. We get a nice level surface, and then I'm going to go along. So beetroot seeds are kind of an unusual one in that they are actually a cluster of seeds. Good rule of thumb with seeds is you're going about twice as deep as the size of the seed, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, so beetroot seeds are not as tiny as some of the ones we're working with.
Two went in. Does it matter?
That's okay. No, don't worry about it. We can thin them out. So one seed in each of the little modules.
Except for the odd random two.
Yeah, where you made a mistake. That's fine. Okay, so overfill the tray again. So pile it all up on top there. And again, because the seeds are sitting down into the little indentations we made.
Can I do this bit?
You can do this bit. So the key here is over and back. Oh. Nice action there.
Nice over and back technique.
Very good. There's about 80 cells in total in this tray, which might be a bit overkill even if you're a beetroot lover.
Even those hardcore of juicers.
Yeah. So we can mix things up a bit here. We can put baby turnips, we can put some spinach.
Oh yeah, good.
You know, mix it all up in the tray and they'll all work along fine together. Keep them somewhere relatively warm at this time of the year. They're going to need about a month in the tray.
Warmth?
Yeah, warmth.
Indoors.
And then we're going to be planting them out in about 4 to 5 weeks' time.
Okay, sounds
right.
good. Give them a little drink.
Here we go.
Done.
And we're ready.
We're a month on and we have our beautiful beetroot, turnips and spinach ready for planting
Bursting out of the tray. They need to be got into the ground.
Okay.
So the beauty of these module trays is that you can just use your finger to poke it through. It should come out relatively easily. An interesting thing about beetroot seeds in a very nerdy, not so interesting way is that even when you sow one little seed, you sometimes get two seedlings coming because it's actually a little cluster of seeds that you sow with beetroot.
Okay.
So that's why we've got two of those there. So you have a choice to make. You can either leave it like that and you're going to get two beetroot stuck together. Yeah,
okay.
and much smaller. I genuinely, as
Sacrifice.
you know, yeah, exactly. I like neatness and order, so I would generally pull that out and just leave one to grow on. So basically with these, they're going to be going into the ground. The rows need to be about 30 centimetres apart, which, as we know, is a ruler's length.
A ruler's length.
So about that far apart. And then within the row, you get them about 10 centimetres apart. So you get a really good value for space with beetroot. Because if you think about even this small raised bed, one row, we're probably going to get about 20 beetroot.
Come here, is that because, again, all the action is happening below ground, so it doesn't need a lot of space above the ground for growth?
It's just that, I suppose, if you think about the size that beetroot we want, I don't like beetroot to be too big, so I like to keep them quite small, around golf ball size only.
That's tiny.
Yeah, exactly. If you let them get too big, they get woody, they're not so nice to eat.
Okay, so keep them golf ball size.
Yeah.
Good.
So you just literally make a little tiny hole and then kind of firm it in like that.
Okay.
And Bob's your uncle, yeah? At the minute, the nights are cold, so we need to give these little plants some extra TLC. So this is like horticultural fleece. You can buy it in any garden centre. Literally, you put it out like you're putting them to bed in a blanket.
Oh, just slightly cover them.
And maybe a little bit of soil.
To weight it down?
A little bit of soil on the edges to weight it down like that, yeah? And they'll only need that for a couple of weeks, and only really if it's cold at night time.
Okay.
Yeah? So last thing to say, I know you're a big fan of container growing. The exact same spacing would apply. They'll grow quite happily in this. Same rules as always, though. You need a little bit of drainage in the container so that the water doesn't sit in the bottom. Just make your little hole for the plug and stick it in. And same spacing, about 10 centimetres apart. Happy days.
Happy days. Thank you, Mick.
It's early May and it's time to check back in with our beetroot. It's been only 7 weeks since we sowed them and they're looking great. A good tip at this point is to give them an additional feed. Karen is sprinkling on some seaweed dust. It's potassium rich and it's going to give them a great boost over the next few weeks.
I honestly can't believe how easy growing beetroot has been. In a matter of just a few months, we started out with tiny, tiny seeds in the modular trays.
Yeah.
It was about 6 weeks later, we transplanted them into the raised bed. Hardly any maintenance. The foliage themselves kept it all weed-free. And here we are.
Every single one we sowed germinated. Every one we transplanted out and put in here has grown.
Yep.
So absolutely, and that's the way I think about beetroot. It's a really reliable one to grow.
Cool.
One very important thing when you're harvesting them, right? You actually twist off the leaves like this. So you just kind of twist them like that, and that means when you chop beetroot, the leaves, if you actually cut it with a knife, they bleed. So you're better off to kind of twist it off like that, and then you can kind of harvest it like this. Some of these leaves would be pretty good in salads.
I think maybe
not that one.
Okay.
But a leaf like that, the bigger ones wouldn't be so good to eat.
Would they be really bitter?
They'd be very bitter.
Okay.
You could use them in stir fries and things like that. But these ones, perfect in a salad. Really, really tasty. And don't forget with beetroot, these stalks are also edible, fantastic to eat, chopped up, either sautéed or thrown into a stir fry as well.
Nice.
Okay,
Sounds
let's
good.
go.
Okay, so I'm going to have a little look on both rows, yeah?
Yeah, both rows, exactly.
Oh, look, this one's even bigger, so...
Yeah, well, definitely time to
Look
get that out
at
of there.
that.
And look at these amazing colours.
And look at my amazing container beets. But as usual, Mick doesn't seem too impressed. Take that look off your face, Michael Kelly. Yes, they're clearly not as lush and beautiful as yours, but they're still
take one
doing
out
their
there
thing.
and we'll compare the two.
Oh my God, he's relishing this. You've no idea.
Not that it's a competition, but yeah.
Okay, like these ones are pretty small. So I suggest that we use these ones first in whatever it is that we're going to do.
In a micro salad.
In a micro salad.
For little people.
Okay,